told, as of right now, there are no plans for LeBron to engage in any meetings to allow teams to pitch him on an idea of coming to their prospective teams. What I am told that his agent, Rich Paul...
The basketball world held its breath, expecting the usual fanfare. The high-stakes pitches, the face-to-face meetings with LeBron James himself. For decades, this has been the ritual for superstar free agency. But what Chris Haynes dropped was an absolute bombshell that rewrites the playbook entirely. He revealed that LeBron, the king of his own destiny, will not be engaging in any direct pitches or meetings with prospective teams. Instead, the ultimate power play is being orchestrated by the man behind the curtain, his longtime agent and confidant, Rich Paul. This isn't just a deviation from tradition. It's a profound statement of trust and control. Rich Paul is doing all the heavy lifting, the background work, talking to teams, gathering every piece of intel. It's an unprecedented level of delegation, signaling a new era in superstar decision-making where the player's direct involvement is minimized, allowing for a more clinical, data-driven approach to what will likely be the final, most consequential move of LeBron's illustrious career. What does this mean for the future of free agency, and who truly holds the power now? Imagine the scene. Top executives, coaches, and owners, meticulously preparing their grand presentations, their dazzling promises of championships and legacy, all designed to sway the greatest player of his generation. And then, silence. A closed door. This isn't a simple handshake. It's a strategic maneuver that speaks volumes about LeBron's priorities at this stage of his career. It's no longer about being wined and dined. It's about pure, unadulterated intelligence gathering. Rich Paul, already one of the most powerful figures in sports, solidifies his position as the ultimate gatekeeper, the sole filter through which all information must pass before reaching LeBron. This approach eliminates the emotional theatrics, the public speculation fueled by leaked meeting details, and instead funnels everything through a trusted, objective channel. It's a genius move to protect LeBron from the circus, and allow him to focus solely on the basketball fit, the roster construction, and the path to one last championship. But for the teams desperate to land him, the challenge just escalated. How do you pitch a vision without the star in the room? How do you convey culture and chemistry through a third party, no matter how close? The game has changed and Rich Paul is holding all the cards. But is this detachment a sign of something more? Is LeBron truly ready to let someone else dictate the final act of his career? Or is there a deeper, more personal reason for this unprecedented strategy?
All the intel and data to LeBron James in which LeBron will make a decision. So there will be no meetings, no pitches that will allow the team to sit down with LeBron. LeBron will make his decision based off of the intel that he's receiving from his agent.
Haynes further solidified the stunning revelation, clarifying the intricate process that will unfold. He emphasized that all the intel and data meticulously collected by Rich Paul will be relayed directly to LeBron James. Only then, with all the objective information at his fingertips, will LeBron make his final decision. The message is crystal clear. There will be no meetings, no pitches that will allow for teams to sit down with LeBron. This isn't just about efficiency. It's about minimizing distractions and maximizing the quality of information. LeBron, at this point, needs facts, not sales pitches. He needs a clear understanding of each team's capabilities, their future outlook, and how he fits into their championship aspirations, devoid of the emotional tough that often accompanies direct negotiations. This process grants LeBron a unique detachment, allowing him to view his options with an almost surgical precision, based entirely on the data his most trusted agent provides. It underscores the unparalleled bond and strategic partnership between LeBron and Rich Paul, proving that their connection extends far beyond the typical player-agent dynamic into a full-fledged business and legacy management partnership. But with so much at stake, could this hands-off approach inadvertently lead to missing out on intangible factors crucial for success? This isn't just a decision-making process, it's a masterclass in strategic control. By removing himself from the direct engagement, LeBron isn't just saving time. He's asserting a level of power rarely seen in sports. He's telling the league, "My time is too valuable for pitches. Bring me the facts." This move forces teams to elevate their game, to craft compelling, data-rich presentations for Rich Paul, knowing that their access to LeBron is entirely contingent on impressing his agent. It's a high-stakes filtering system, ensuring that only the most serious and well-prepared contenders even get a look. The implications for player empowerment are immense. setting a new precedent for how top-tier athletes can navigate the complexities of free agency. It's a testament to LeBron's foresight, understanding that at this stage, his focus needs to be on preparation, not politicking. But this detachment also raises questions about chemistry. Can you truly gauge a locker room, a coaching philosophy, or a fan base without feeling it firsthand? What about the gut feeling that often guides crucial decisions? Rich Paul's role is critical, yet he's acting as a conduit, not the ultimate decision-maker. How will he interpret the nuances, the unspoken promises, the subtle red flags that only a superstar's presence can uncover? It's a calculated risk, but one that LeBron, through Rich Paul, seems entirely prepared to take. Yet with every decision, especially one of this magnitude, time itself becomes a crucial player. What else is delaying the Kings' final move?
I am told still that he is not in any rush to make a decision. So, I mean, that hurts me just as much as it probably hurts the rest of the basketball world. But, yeah, I think this is something that's still going to take a little bit of time.
Adding another layer of intrigue to this already complex narrative, Haynes revealed that LeBron James is not in any rush to make a decision. This isn't just a casual remark. It's a deliberate signal to the league and to anxious fan bases. The urgency that typically surrounds superstar free agency, it simply doesn't apply to LeBron. Haynes admitted this news hurts me just as much as it probably hurts the rest of the basketball world, underscoring the collective anticipation and suspense. This patience is a strategic advantage. It allows Rich Paul ample time to conduct his thorough background work, to dissect every roster, every coaching philosophy, and every potential long-term implication. It also puts pressure on teams, forcing them to remain engaged and in contention for a longer period, potentially impacting their other off-season plans. LeBron is operating on his own timetable, a testament to his unparalleled stature and leverage. He's not just evaluating options. He's orchestrating a grand finale, ensuring every piece is perfectly aligned before he makes his monumental choice. But what exactly is he waiting for? Is it merely due diligence? Or are there deeper factors at play that require more time to mature? This prolonged deliberation is more than just a waiting game. It's a chess match. LeBron's career has been defined by meticulous planning and strategic execution, and his final act is no different. By not rushing, he avoids impulse decisions, allowing market dynamics to unfold, and ensuring he has the clearest possible picture of the landscape. Teams looking to secure his services must navigate this extended timeline with extreme care, balancing their pursuit of LeBron with the need to build a competitive roster around him, potentially without immediate certainty. This could mean passing on other free agents or delaying key trades, all while LeBron observes from afar, through Rich Paul's discerning eyes. The delay also fuels speculation, keeping LeBron's name at the forefront of every sports conversation, subtly reminding everyone of his continued dominance and influence. It's a power move that ensures maximum leverage, ensuring he gets the absolute best deal, the most optimized roster, and the clearest path to another ring. For fans, it's agonizing. Every day without a decision is another day filled with rumors, hopes, and anxieties. But for LeBron, it's about making sure that when he does finally make his announcement, it will be the right one, undeniably. Could his patience be linked to waiting for other dominoes to fall? Or is it simply a reflection of the extensive due diligence required for such a monumental final chapter?
So there's a few things I can say about LeBron. So there's only about a handful of teams that he's really considering, right? And we can kind of mention those teams, probably the Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think that might be 6, whatever. So only a handful of teams that he's really considering. And there's one note of nugget that I want to...
Before diving into the unprecedented nature of Rich Paul's intel gathering, Haynes first set the stage by narrowing down LeBron's potential destinations. He revealed that despite the widespread speculation, LeBron is really considering only a handful of teams. He then rattled off a list that immediately caught attention: Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers, the Minnesota Timberwolves. This initial shortlist provides critical context, grounding the later, deeper discussions about each team's fit and viability. It instantly tells us which franchises have successfully passed Rich Paul's initial filter or hold significant historical or strategic appeal. The fact that Haynes could name them indicates that preliminary intelligence has already been gathered and evaluated to some extent, even before the no-pitch mandate became public. This short list frames the high-stakes chess game, focusing attention on a select group of contenders rather than the entire league. It's a reminder that even for a player of LeBron's caliber, the options, while elite, are not limitless, and that his ultimate decision will be from this exclusive pool. But what makes these 5 teams stand out? And how do they truly measure up under Rich Paul's discerning eye? This initial handful isn't just a random assortment. It represents a convergence of legacy, opportunity, and perhaps even comfort. Golden State offers the allure of playing with Stephen Curry, a potential super team narrative that could defy age and rewrite history. Cleveland beckons with the romantic pull of a third homecoming, a chance to finish where it all began, but perhaps with different expectations. Miami represents the Heat culture, Pat Riley's influence, and a proven championship environment he succeeded in before. Philadelphia presents a chance to team up with Joel Embiid and a rising star in Tyrese Maxey, offering a clear path to contention in the East, with a potentially reduced burden on LeBron himself. And then there's Minnesota, a wild card, a young, hungry team that showed immense potential, perhaps an opportunity to be the final piece of a burgeoning dynasty. Each team on this list presents a unique proposition, a different chapter for LeBron's final act. Rich Paul's job now is to dissect these propositions, to strip away the emotional appeal, and present LeBron with the cold, hard facts of roster construction, coaching stability, and long-term viability. How do these teams truly stack up against the rigorous criteria set by the king and his agent? And how do they compare to the even broader discussions swirling in the media, specifically the intriguing whiteboard that has everyone talking?
Basically, Rich Paul is going to be the facilitator of information. I just wonder if he's going to tell LeBron first or if he's going to save it for Max Kellerman on the Game Over pod.
Right.
Because the whiteboard had folks going crazy because there were 10 teams up there. If we're going to talk about this king, I got to go to this king. Talking about LeBron James. Of the 10 teams that were on the Game Over pod whiteboard,
The whiteboard isn't just a prop, it's a symbol of the collective obsession surrounding LeBron's impending decision. It represents the broader, more speculative conversation, incorporating teams that might be less obvious but still hold some theoretical appeal. While Haynes provided a curated list from his sources, the whiteboard likely reflects a mix of logical fits, fan dreams, and strategic considerations that Rich Paul might still explore, even if briefly. This duality, the insider's shortlist versus the public's expansive one, creates a fascinating tension, showcasing the layers of secrecy and speculation that define LeBron's career moves. It also underscores Rich Paul's comprehensive approach. Even if a team isn't a top contender, understanding the full market and potential scenarios is part of his strategic playbook. The very existence of this expanded list keeps everyone guessing, ensuring that no stone is left unturned in the quest for LeBron's perfect final landing spot. The discussion around these teams will now shift from mere speculation to a detailed analysis, filtered through the lens of Rich Paul's intel and LeBron's ultimate priorities. As the narrative unfolds, one team in particular emerges from the whiteboard as a truly intriguing if controversial option. Could a surprise legacy play truly be in the cards, challenging all conventional wisdom?
Appreciate you to the Lakers for 8 great seasons, Lakers fans for all the love. I've switched up on LeBron a little bit now. I'm not really a fan of, but time will tell how this move works out for both sides. But when I look at this list, I think the team for me, if you're LeBron and this is going to be your last season, you're talking about legacy, longevity, you want to go out a champion. So I think the San Antonio Spurs.
King Josiah opened with a personal reflection, articulating a sentiment many Lakers fans might share. A feeling of having switched up on LeBron a little bit now, transitioning from a devout supporter to a free agent fan. This candidness sets the stage for his unique perspective on LeBron's next move. He then posited a compelling, almost cinematic scenario for LeBron's last season: the San Antonio Spurs. Josiah framed it as a move centered around legacy, longevity, and the ultimate goal of going out a champion. This take isn't about immediate roster fit as much as it is about narrative and impact. It's a vision for LeBron to co-author a storybook ending, not just for himself but for the franchise and a generational talent. The Spurs, with their storied history and the emergence of Victor Wembanyama, present a canvas for a profound passing of the torch. Josiah, drawing from his experience in Hollywood, speaks of script writing and creating a good script for such a scenario, highlighting the desire for a narrative arc that transcends pure basketball. This introduces a powerful, emotional dimension to the discussion, suggesting that LeBron's final decision might be as much about storytelling as it is about statistics. But can even the most compelling script overcome the practicalities and the ego of a rising star? The notion of LeBron joining the San Antonio Spurs isn't just a basketball idea. It's a narrative masterpiece waiting to be written. The idea of linking up with legendary coach Greg Popovich, a figure who commands unparalleled respect across the league, adds a layer of mentorship and wisdom to LeBron's final act. Imagine the dynamic, the undisputed king of the modern era joining forces with the undisputed future of the league, Victor Wembanyama. It's an opportunity for LeBron to transition from primary scorer to ultimate mentor, to guide Wemby through the initial championship gauntlet, and to truly pass that torch, passing the crown to that next generation. This move wouldn't just be about winning a championship. It would be about solidifying a legacy of wisdom, generosity, and foresight. It allows LeBron to redefine what it means to go out on top, not necessarily as the dominant force, but as the sagacious leader who paves the way for the next era. However, even the best scripts have their dramatic tension. The question immediately arises: how would Wemby, a phenom already poised for superstardom, truly embrace such a role? Would he welcome the spotlight sharing, or could it inadvertently cast a shadow over his own meteoric rise? This delicate balance between mentorship and individual ambition becomes the central conflict in this compelling, cinematic vision. What happens when two kings, past and future, vie for the same throne, even if subtly?
That narrative of, I couldn't get a championship until LeBron came is probably not something I'm going to roll with. But if I'm LeBron, I can go to these Spurs now, team went to the finals, I get you over the hump, get you a championship, ride off into the sunset. But the one caveat is you got to live in San Antonio. So that's the one thing. LeBron's been in the league now 24 seasons. I just don't know if he's willing to rock with San Antonio.
The immediate counterpoint to the Spurs' cinematic appeal emerged, focusing on the delicate ego of a generational talent like Victor Wembanyama. The question was posed: if I'm Wemby, that narrative or I couldn't get a championship until LeBron came is probably not something I'm going to roll with. This cuts to the core of a potential conflict: a rising star's desire for self-made glory versus the undeniable boost from a GOAT. However, the analyst quickly pivoted back to LeBron's perspective, suggesting, but if I'm LeBron, I can go to these Spurs now. Team went to the finals. I get you over the hump, get you a championship right off into the sunset. This frames the Spurs as a perfect vehicle for LeBron to exit as a champion, providing the missing piece for a team already on the cusp. But then comes the stark dose of reality. But the one caveat is you gotta live in San Antonio. This seemingly minor detail becomes a significant hurdle, given LeBron's long-established lifestyle and preference for major metropolitan areas. LeBron's been in the league now 24 seasons. I just don't know if he's willing to rock with San Antonio on a day-to-day basis. It's a blunt reminder that even for legacy-defining moves, personal comfort and lifestyle choices can be powerful deciding factors, revealing the human element beneath the superstar persona. Could the allure of a storybook ending truly overcome the mundane realities of relocation for LeBron? The San Antonio caveat isn't just about golf courses or city lights. It's about a deeply ingrained lifestyle that a 24-season veteran has cultivated. LeBron is accustomed to the amenities, the business opportunities, and the vibrant culture of major cities. Uprooting his entire life, even for a single season, to a market like San Antonio, while rich in basketball history, might be a bridge too far. This highlights the intricate balance agents like Rich Paul must consider. Not just the encore fit, but the entire ecosystem surrounding the player. The discussion also circles back to Wemby, whose wired nature and repeated declaration to be the next face of the league makes the LeBron partnership a double-edged sword. While LeBron provides invaluable experience and a clear path to a title, the optics of needing a legendary veteran to achieve that could subtly undermine Wemby's personal narrative of sole dominance. It's a delicate dance between synergy and individual ambition, a challenge for any team trying to integrate a player of LeBron's magnitude alongside a burgeoning superstar. Rich Paul would need to meticulously evaluate how this dynamic would play out, both on the court and in the locker room, to ensure it serves LeBron's ultimate goal without detracting from Wemby's organic ascent. Is there a scenario where LeBron could still provide that veteran leadership without overshadowing the future king? Or has his presence inherently reshaped the kingdom in his image?
Yeah, how he would interpret the interpreting of bringing in LeBron to help him get him over the hump. Now, they just bring in Tobias Harris, but LeBron does scream that final veteran piece, has experience, composure, something that they appeared to lack in all 5 games.
potential impact of LeBron's composure and experience on a team like the Spurs, still raw from a finals loss, is immeasurable. His ability to control the pace, make the right reads under pressure, and simply be in those high-stakes moments is a superpower that few other players possess. Rich Paul isn't just looking at stat sheets, he's evaluating the intangible leadership qualities that can elevate an entire franchise. The comparison to how a player like LeBron fills the composure void is particularly poignant, drawing on the Spurs' recent finals performance as a case study. It suggests that LeBron's value extends far beyond his scoring or playmaking into the realm of championship psychology. He would be the calm in the storm, the voice of reason when chaos threatens. This makes the Spurs, despite the San Antonio factor, a compelling basketball fit from a strategic standpoint. It's not about dimming Wemby's light, it's about providing the seasoned ballast necessary for a young, talented ship to navigate treacherous playoff waters. However, integrating such a dominant personality, even as a final veteran piece, requires careful management. Rich Paul would need assurances that the coaching staff and front office are fully aligned on LeBron's role, ensuring a seamless transition that benefits both LeBron's legacy and Wemby's development. With such intricate considerations, could another team offer a more straightforward, perhaps even more potent, championship solution, without the narrative complexities? Which contender on the whiteboard presents the most immediate, winnow proposition, free from the entanglements of legacy handoffs?
When you talk about a guard like Tyrese Maxey, a guy that can get downhill consistently, you look at SGA, Jalen Brunson, guys like Luka, you need a guard that can get downhill, get you 25 to 30 points a night, being able to get you 5 to 8 assists a night to make it easier for everybody else. That's Tyrese Maxey. And then you have defenders in VJ Edgecombe.
Shifting gears from the narrative-rich Spurs, the conversation turned to a team offering a more immediate, pure basketball fit: the Philadelphia 76ers. The analyst, DC, emphatically stated, "I felt the Philadelphia 76ers as a team that I feel like he would do best to win a championship." This strong endorsement immediately focuses on the ultimate goal. The key component highlighted was the presence of Tyrese Maxey, described as a guard that can get downhill consistently. The comparison to other elite guards like SGA, Jalen Brunson, and Luka Doncic underscores Maxey's explosive offensive talent. The analyst emphasized the critical need for a guard that can get downhill, get you 25 to 30 points a night, being able to get you 5 to 8 assists a night to make it easier for everybody else. This paints Maxey as the ideal secondary playmaker and scorer, capable of alleviating LeBron's offensive burden and creating easy opportunities for teammates. For LeBron, at this stage, finding a dynamic guard who can consistently create his own shot and distribute is paramount. It's a pragmatic argument focused on complementary skill sets and maximizing LeBron's efficiency in a reduced but still impactful role. What other pieces in Philadelphia make this a truly formidable contender for LeBron's services? The appeal of Tyrese Maxey for LeBron is undeniable. His ability to penetrate defenses and score in bunches would instantly take immense pressure off LeBron, allowing him to conserve energy for critical moments and focus more on playmaking and defense. This is a departure from the heavy usage rate concerns raised for other teams. Maxey's offensive dynamism means LeBron wouldn't have to carry the primary scoring load every night, a crucial consideration for a player entering his 24th season. Rich Paul would undoubtedly be evaluating this offensive synergy, looking at how Maxey's speed and scoring punch could open up the court for LeBron's precision passing. Moreover, Maxey's youth and upward trajectory align with LeBron's potential desire to play with younger talent that can shoulder a significant offensive burden, ensuring the team remains competitive, even if LeBron isn't delivering 30 points nightly. The 76ers present a ready-made offensive engine in Maxey, a rarity for many potential destinations. But a championship team isn't built on one dynamic guard alone. What other elements in Philadelphia's roster and team identity make them such a compelling contender for LeBron's final, most strategic move? Does their defense and the presence of another MVP-caliber player complete the puzzle?